Ladies and gentlemen, horses and cows, it's Raleigh Raw. Welcome back. Today's episode is about NBA 2019 free agencies. KD, Clay, Kemba, Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, all these guys have found home. However, there's one big fish still left in the pond. Is it the Clippers? The Lakers with LeBron and AD? Or does Kawhi stay in Canada? Listen to the Get Up Crew, and then I will tell you my opinion and where I believe the dominoes falls.
Have an intriguing moment. Now, I think America needs to see this because clearly this is something Jay has cooked up here.
Something's happening.
All of a sudden, Jay Williams, while he was talking,
I got distracted mid-section because I don't know what's happening.
I think Jay is being Magic Johnson.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry, just sending out a tweet, Kawhi.
Okay.
Meeting with Kawhi went great, okay? I closed a Comcast deal with the Dodgers. Anyway, it's about you, Kawhi. Hold 1 second, Kawhi. Linda, what do you want me to... He's good? Is he good? What does Ginny think? Is he in? I'm not sure. Kawhi, look, I'm not sure right now. I'm a little confused with what's going on. I'm going to wait for a text from Rich Paul. We'll figure this out. Don't leave yet. Stay here. We'll figure it out. Rich, he's good? Great. Kawhi, we want you. This is it. It's a chance to be great. Let me send out a tweet.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Bravo.
Well, thank you, Jay Will. You just explained my number one reason why I do believe Kawhi Leonard will sign with the Lakers. Or should I say reasons?
By the way, the sort of low-key Linda Rambis reference in that was by far my favorite part. All right. Sean Farnham, I give you the impossible task of following that up. What is the case against the Clippers?
Well, this is the easiest case of them all. All right, let's just start with we're not the Lakers, so we don't have LeBron James, and we don't have Anthony Davis. So let's just start with that. Let's also start with the next component. Hey, the Raptors are a really good team. You just won a championship with them. And the Lakers, as I mentioned, have two of the top 5 players in the league. Our offseason has consisted of not adding a single player of note, simply just re-signing who we already had. And, of course, the third and probably the most important component of why you should not sign with the Clippers. We're the Clippers. There you go.
I think Rutledge is actually crying.
I have shed tears. That
We said we are the Clippers. True, but funny. Alright. I believe this is exactly how most NBA players in the association now feels about the career, about legacy, about championships, and all that. Listen to what Greeny have to say.
But if I were Kawhi, that's what I would do. The hell with what anybody says. I'm going to go to the best team. We're going to win every single night. We're going to get all the attention in the world. I'm going to win a bunch more championships and let the rest of the world sort out my legacy. Who cares? People are going to find things to dislike about me regardless. I'm going to go play with those two guys, and we're going to kick everybody's butt every single night.
Say what? Like I said, I do believe that's how most NBA players feel, but not this Kawhi Leonard guy. And the reason is this: he strikes me as a different type of NBA superstar. Like his whole makeup is different. He strikes me as someone who doesn't seek for attention, doesn't like drama. And the number one thing about this dude that I'm paying attention to, that I'm observing, is I believe if he does not trust you, there's zero chance of him dealing with you. That's why I believe the Lakers meeting was orchestrated that way. I believe the trust factor with him is big. So I do believe he's going to sign back with Toronto. And for the reason that Jay stated,
I think one of the things that we look past is Kawhi spent a year in the Eastern Conference after spending a majority of his career in the Western Conference, where it is a fight. We talk about the teams in the Western Conference and how many of them have improved, how many of them have a chance to be the top dog, whether it's Denver, Portland, Utah, the Lakers, the Warriors, the Rockets. It is a dogfight in the Western Conference. In the Eastern Conference, you talk about having longevity, it's a little bit easier. We mentioned the last couple of teams, we talked about this last night, but the last couple of teams that make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference have sub-500 records. You have some nights where you can kind of load manage and you can still build up and help that longevity and still put up those monster numbers and still not only just be the king of the North, but the king of the East. And he had, we're not talking about Giannis being the MVP. We're talking about Kawhi Leonard, and that, for me, is why he should go back to Toronto.
Remember how a lot of the conversation at points during this past NBA season was player happiness? Well, when did we see Kawhi the happiest? And I think it was when he was
hoisting the trophy. Good point, Laura. Not only that, I'll go as far as to say his entire season in Toronto was the happiest I've seen him since he's been in the NBA. I've never seen him this happy in San Antonio. So that's a good point. Also, in his press conference when he first arrived in Toronto, when they asked him what was his goal, one of his number one thing that he mentioned was longevity in his career. Can't blame these guys. Play 20 years, you can make $1 billion based on the money they're handing out. So that's a good point. Last two quick points here. Point number 2, you just won a title with that team, and there's guys on your team that's going to get better. Point number 1, Kawhi, you have a whole country supporting you, a whole country behind you. 360 million people supporting you, brother. Choose wisely. And good luck, my man.